Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Memphis International Raceway for the 20th race in the NRSL Jerky Pro Truck Series 2021 season. We're gearing up for 84 laps of action. Nate Rogers on pole with Ellison Rain to his outside. It's Rain's final start in the Jerky Pro Truck Series for the foreseeable future, with the new leach rule coming in next year. And Baranauskas, your points leader, starts third. Zach Rogers starts 14th. Ellison 32nd. And Vince Freeze is with me in the booth.
Memphis Blues, or someone will be singing the tune. We'll find out. Penultimate race of the season. Got some leechers up front. The battle between Baranauskas and Rogers is hot. Who will be hotter today in this Memphis sunshine? Back to you.
This is Nate's 9th race on the season. He's got 2 wins, 3 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and this is what will be his second pole on the year. Sam Young with another good qualifying effort. He'll start to the outside of Baranauskas in 4th. Christian Vargas and Laura Chung, pair of rookies, in row 3. Jack James and Deanna Jones in row number 4. With Lucas Catano, last year's winner, and Henry Sanford in row 5. In fact, Catano winning the inaugural Memphis race last season, as this will be the second race the Jerky Pro Truck Series has run on this track in series history. We'll go through the rest of the starting grid. Logan York starts 12th. Zach Rogers, of course, mentioned, starting 14th. Other drivers that have a chance: Max Anderson starts 20th. There's Brad Lewis starting 21st. And then Gatlin Downey starts 25th, as James Ellison starts in the 32nd place. So coming into this race, the point standings outlook: 3 points to the advantage goes Audra Baranauskas after Papyrus. Ellison closing the distance, down 33 points back of Baranauskas. Downey 71 points back, and Anderson 114 back, right at the edge of the window. After today's race, if you are not at least 59 points back, you are out of range for the championship fight. Of course, some drivers still trying to crack the top 10 in points. Carter Friesen has been on a grind all year long. He now sits 11th in the standings, Vince. And, of course, we know Henry Sanford still looking for that first win of the year, as he sits 8th in the points.
Yeah, and I think one of the keys here is that at Memphis, we have, real quick, actually, before I forget, Lucas Catano won last year, the only previous race winner. His tire wear will be big. You want to be the leader. We know short track's been a curse all year. And, of course, if you're somebody like James Ellison, what's the strategy going to be? Do you try an undercut, maybe 2 or 3 laps extra? Or do you go an overcut and try to hope for a one-stopper? We'll get into fuel window and all that later. But in 3, 2, 1, command it. Let's go.
Drivers, start your engines!
And if you look at the Memphis weekend last year, we had 2 surprise winners in the form of Lucas Catano down here in Jerky Pro, driving this number 9 machine. And Sebastian Kugelon won a race for Richard Childress Racing in the Digital Storm Cup Series after Andrew Rich got wrecked out, as it is never safe to be the race leader when it comes to short tracks. 84 laps of action. The pit window is believed to be around the halfway mark, and these guys can stretch it 50 laps if they so desire. Last short track race on the season for Jerky Pro, so last race without caution flags. As after today, they'll take 2 weeks off and head to Chicagoland for the season finale at month's end. Green flag is out, and we're on their way.
Start there for Baranowski on the inside. Ryder's already taking that nice fine line, but what can Rain do on the outside? We know she has the experience. Christian Vargas, we know he was good at North Wilkesboro despite that being a wreck fest. Also on the inside.
Lap 1 complete. Nate Rogers leads. Baranauskas up to 2nd place. Looking to extend her points lead over Zach Rogers and James Ellison, as they started on the outside line. And they're going to have to fight to find a way to the bottom, or they will go nothing but backwards. As we're seeing so far here today, the top side appears to be not the place you want to be. Ellison Rain, of course, very strong run at North Wilkesboro. Still looking for her first career Jerky Pro Truck Series win. And this is her last chance to do it. Quinton Moore will drive this truck at Chicagoland.
Early on the going here, no really shuffling. Just been a calm, typical Memphis-style race. As you see, Audrey's closing up the back of Nate. We know how good Junior was last year, JR Motorsports. Can Nate do something here different?
So far, Baranauskas not going anywhere, just right there behind him. Inching closer and closer. Remember, right now there's a three-way tie at the top of the all-time wins list between Baranauskas, Donovan Cage, and Charles Sanford for 6 wins apiece. Baranauskas and Cage will be back for Jerky Pro next year, and they will likely be fighting to hold that record throughout the season. Season finale race this year will mark the 100th Jerky Pro Truck Series race in series history. As the next season, right now, they are jumping back and forth between the idea of a season from anywhere 15 to 20 races in length. It's the season 21 races in total, and the regular season championship, of course, will be, well, it will be a full season championship once again for Jerky Pro. Officials still undecided on what to do for the Digital Storm Cup Series next year. They are still waiting to see how this current playoff format works out. As Lucas Catano, Vince, last year's winner, running in 5th.
Yeah, he's looking for the double. And there's Jack James, I believe, is our Bristol Dirt winner, if I'm not mistaken, ahead. And Lucas Catano, he just hadn't had the best season. Just been kind of hovering, say, on a good day, 5th to 25th. But a win at Memphis, his home in a way, right? His home after winning last year could change the season around for sure.
Lucas comes in 21st in the points standings. He'll be jumping over to Bulldog Motorsports with former teammate Benjamin Ice. Next year, those two shared a GMS truck back in 2019, I believe it was. 5 races apiece between them in that truck. As Benjamin drove the 78 last year, he drives the 17 this year.
Oh, we got a wreck.
Oh, yeah, we did have a wreck somewhere. Oh, and it was Logan York. Logan York's going to be without a hood. He's going to come back out on the track. Oh, and Sam Young was involved. Sam Young's got heavy right side damage, and the Reza has fallen back, so has Cage. But otherwise, everything appears to be good. Friesen way in the back. Ellison trying to start making his way back forward. Started 32nd. He's up to 26th. That'll be a wreck we'll have to look at after the race. At the line there, he's up to 25th. What about Zach Rogers? What has he been able to do? He's on the inside line. He's going to take, I believe that is 18th place from Owen Miles. As
This race really could come down to strategy. Yeah, go.
It looks like that wreck occurred right on the exit of turn 4, which is a bit of a bizarre location for an accident.
Well, we saw that last year in the Cup Series race. We had that big one right around there. But in the Truck Series, that's very surprising, I will say.
Rogers being challenged by Will Parrish here. Can he clear him back to the bottom? He will. Rogers knows he's got to avoid being on the top. He's got to keep moving forward. So right now, Baranauskas is just chilling in 2nd place. Nothing really going on. Laura Chung in 6th. Ibrahimian on her bumper for the position. Bishop in 8th. Logan Williams 9th. And Brad Lewis, last week's winner, runs in 10th. His fastest lap on the race belongs to Ellison, a 23.957.
Just needs a track position on that pit stop, and maybe can get a top 10 salvage today. Because you know Baranauskas gets a 2nd or a 3rd or even a win. Could be costly for him and Rogers.
Remember, Vince, the 9 truck last year, driven by Lucas Catano, was the fastest truck at the end of the race, while Ellison led the first half of the race. And once again, JRM with very strong race trucks here today. Nicholas Jawit in a 3rd truck, his 14th on the board. So it's something with the JRM trucks, as Rain will look for 2nd. JRM just seeming to mesh well with this racetrack.
Yeah, it seems like it. But Allison Ray might have something to say about it. This is her last attempt for who knows how long this could be. This could be it forever, but for the foreseeable future, trying to get that one last bang and get her first career truck win.
She will complete the pass on Baranauskas, so that'll be 4 less points for Baranauskas on the championship. Those could be crucial. Right now, though, Zach Rogers in 16th place. Ellison in 25th. She is going to gain a ton of points here as they run. And if she can gain enough points on Ellison, she will knock him out of range. She just has to gain 27 points. With where they run, I believe she would be close to doing that.
So early on in the race, but just looking at this right now, Zach, it seems like these four right at the front trying to maybe Constantine up and trying to break away from Catano, but he seems like rain longer it goes on. Baranauskas starts slipping up.
Ellison up to 23rd. Right now, Ellison would get 20 points on the day. Baranauskas would get 51, I believe. Or no, I gotta refer to the sheet, to be honest. Would indeed be 51 points for third place result. So right now, that's enough points to knock Ellison out of range. So Ellison's got to gain all the time he can. He's got to find the way into the top 10 if he can manage it. Rogers is up to 13th. He is 5th on the time board. As you see, 2/10 faster to Downey. That time by was the 39. This might be only a one-stop race, Vince, but I think that one stop's going to mean a lot in terms of track position, tire wear. See Hudson getting passed by, or trying to pass Logan Williams, as Williams is going after Bishop for 8th.
You know, a lot of interesting runs, and this could be a season, right? That could be a season-defining pit stop for, let's say, Ellison or Rogers. As you see Ibrahimian look underneath. Or Chung.
Ibrahimian was all over Chung's back bumper. It was a matter of time before he made the move for 6th. Williams and Hudson will pass Bishop for position. That'll relegate Bishop to 10th, as Hudson will now dive in the corner looking for 8th.
Got battle for 2nd. Looks like Audrey's back around Rain. Wow.
Yes, indeed.
A lapper.
As Benjamin Ice has a ton of damage from something, it seems. Not sure what happened to the 17, but he is very off pace. Nate will go right by him. As James Ellison has made it up to 22nd now. Oh, and Rain's going to use Benjamin Ice as a pick. And Jack James will follow suit. That's going to cost Baranauskas another 3 points.
And for Rogers and Ellison, especially Rogers, as you see, Ice is really being a back moving chicane.
He is a second off pace. He is not able to get any power down on the straightaways. He's going about a $124 into the corner. Baranauskas will fight right back on Jack James. Is up ahead. See Nate Rogers going about 131 into turn 3. Sam Young is the next lap car on the docket. 0.3 of a second off the 9. As Baranauskas will take back 3rd from Jack James without any issue. Now Bishop diving it hard in on Logan Williams. RJ looking like he might be one of those drivers, Vince, that goes without a career win and moves up the cup, similar to Peter Onjak And I believe Jesse Turner never got a Truck Series win. Actually, he came close, I think.
Oh, he did. Dega once.
No, that was the Cup Series. Yeah, no win for Turner. He came close at, I believe it was Pig Stadium one year.
Oh, yeah, Pigs. That's right. That's right.
But RJ probably going to have a decent Cup career nonetheless, as Rogers has made it into the top 10, and he'll take ninth like nothing from RJ. And Baranauskas is probably hearing 39 into the top 10. Get what you can, because the amount of points now, even if you remove Ellison from the equation, Rogers is in a decent chance here of minimizing the damage to just a couple of points.
Seems like that, and I don't know if Ellison has the long run pace. Now, if Riders can get through Chung, Ibrahimian, and Hudson, and I throw in Lucas Catano, then it's really going to be game on. Now, what does Sam Young do here? Does he hold up Rogers?
Ellison up to 20th. Rogers and Rain about even. Nate actually pulling away. He's going to get probably held up here a little bit. Next lap truck will be Enzo Nareza, as Nate will make the move to the inside of Sam into turn 3. Hudson up to 6th place, passing Ibrahim, as Rogers goes to the inside of Laura Chung for 8th. As they run, Baranauskas would gain 13 points on the 39. 16-point deficit on the season right now. Ellison up to 19th. Right now, Ellison, every position Ellison gets is one less point he's losing. He is fast. You can't count him out of this thing, at least as far as getting the top 10 goes. But qualifying, I hope these guys know, Baranauskas has been on it every week. Her average starting position, Vince, 8.74 coming into this race, and that only got better with her starting in 3rd. Rogers on the season, 15.79. He's been all over the place in qualifying all year long. And then Ellison with an 11.5. Started up front, and lately this year, at the end of the year, has struggled. Parrish is going to make a move on him here. That is for 19th place. Ellison looking to fight him off, and he will do just that. There you see Max Anderson just outside of the top 20. As Gatlin Downey is up to 12th place. So Downey trying to have a shot at this thing, but he's got to get 12 points on Baranauskas if he wants a shot.
He's got to get up there and probably win and hope for something to happen. I don't see it. Oh, there's Lucas. Oh, he fell back, Lucas. That means Ryder's up to 7th.
Catano falling down from 5th. Put Hudson up to 5th. As, by the way, the driver joining Enzo Nareza, Lucas Catano, and Benjamin Ice at Bulldog Motorsports, his name is Hunter Braxton. And Braxton will be the lone rookie on the team next season. I've already forgotten again who is driving which truck between the 39, 93, and 99. But expect new sponsors for those teams as Enzo will continue to represent Digital Storm.
Stop windows closing in, Zach. We're almost to that halfway point.
Yes, indeed. We are 5 laps away from lap 42. 4 laps away from lap 42, to be honest. Nate just kind of holding on to this lead, 1.2 seconds, but we know how short tracks go, Vince. You're not safe. It doesn't matter.
Especially on pit road.
Fall off is up to about a second and a half. So an undercut here would not be a bad decision for somebody. Rogers up to 7th. Ellison falling back down to 20th. Now back up to 19th, passing Cologne. He's got to get by Will Parrish. There's a decent amount of space here to Henry Sanford. Downey up to 11th. Logan Williams has fallen outside of the top 10. Nobody has retired from the race, but the 33-17 are 2 laps down. Sam Young, a lap down. As ice goes down to pit road. Top three by themselves. Colt Hudson has passed Jack James for 4th, as Zach Rogers looks to the inside of Ibrahimian for 6th.
What a damage limitation if he can hang on to this run Zach Rogers is having right now.
Now the damage has been reduced to 9 points. If he gets 5th, it'll be down to 6. And just think, Vince, you know, Rogers could win next week. With where they're running right now, Rogers could win next week. 12 points back. All he needs Baranauskas to do is finish 4th or worse.
Yeah, we'll have the scenarios, all that.
Or actually, no, because Baranauskas would get him on the top 10 break, so he would need her to finish worse than that. Right now, as they race, Baranauskas 2 wins, 7 top 5s, 11 top 10s. Rogers 1 win, 7 top 5s, 9 top 10s. So if they were to both get a top 5 at Chicagoland, it would come down to top 10s if they were to tie in the points. And it would be advantage Baranauskas.
One's pitting.
Yes, indeed they are. Nate Rogers in. Zach Rogers will stay out. That could be an interesting call. Downey stayed out as well. James Ellison will go another lap.
I think he had no choice. I think he was putting that Vargas. Now what does pit road do here? It's very congested around here.
Rogers will come in. Logan Williams going to make a late dive here on lap 45. Everybody else coming into pit road. We got to watch the 39. Pit road here is very wide, but it can get congested pretty fast, as you said, Vince.
Like right now, Will Parrish coming out.
Now Rogers is going to check up. Wants to get to his stall. Where's Ellison?
There he is.
Ellison looks like he got to his stall just fine. Oh, he's waiting a little bit there, filling it up. There's Nate Rogers. So Nate will keep the race lead. Rain second, Baranauskas third. Jack James 4th, Hudson 5th. Rogers will come out in 6th with the best tires out of the top 10. Ibrahimian will be 7th. Bishop 8th. Chung 9th. Downey up to 10th. And Ellison in 22nd.
Might have been a costly one.
Lost a little bit of time there, but not a lot of time. Fresh tires. Still got a lot of racing left here, Vince, and that one lap of tires, I think, will mean a decent amount.
Oh yeah, for him at the back, no doubt. Now, Rogers lost a position, probably on cold tires, but he should be able to filter his way back to the top 5 soon.
Yeah, these short tracks, you know, the tires take a lap or two to get up to heat. And then it's all about rhythm, Vince. You got to get back in the rhythm.
Lappers, too. We can't forget about lappers.
Oh,
you see rain is starting to mow down the gap a little bit.
There are going to be a ton of lap trucks. Rain and Baranauskas. As Nate was getting by the 33 and... Oh, 33 just came out of pit road, but getting by the 17. So lap traffic going to be big here. 35 laps to go. Right now, I'd say the focus is on the title fight between Rogers and Baranauskas. If Rogers can make his way up to 4th, that would minimize the damage to 3 points. It would be a 6-point difference going into Chicagoland. And all Rogers would have to do, as far as the points total goes, if Rogers were to win, Baranauskas finishes 3rd or worse, and he wins the title.
Be one of those whoever finishes higher situations. We'll find out later. Now, Nate's stuck behind Enzo. This could be big for Baranauskas and Rain.
They are inching their way forward as Nate catches the lap truck in the Reza. You've got Bradley Ream, Vince Freeze, Sam Young, Patrick Smith, Yael Carrillo. 2nd week in a row, he's had a dismal run. And Rain and Baranauskas continuing to get closer as Nate rides behind the 66. Rogers all over the bumper of Ibrahimian.
Seems like they're being patient here, which is interesting. Early in the run, patience might pay off. I want to cook the tires right away.
Ellison up to 18th place. There he is behind Max Anderson. Now in 17th. 17th after getting by Zachary DeLello. I think he might have a chance at a top 10 here, Vince, but he is going to need a lot of things to go his way in 3 weeks at Chicagoland if he is going to have a chance at the championship.
He's got to get high up first. That's the first mission, and then need some luck at Chicagoland. You see Rain is now under his 2nd, Zach. This is getting intense at the front.
Ellison all over Anderson's bumper. Rogers all over Ibrahimian's bumper as they lap Benjamin Ice once again. And Nate has just been unable to get by Enzo Nereza.
Pushing him into the corner. Down to 4/10 if they keep this up.
Jonathan Wong, 2nd driver to run under a 24.0. 2nd on the chart. He is, I believe, in the top 15. Yep, he is in 11th. As Ellison and Anderson got by... Or no, that Carter Friesen got by somebody else behind them, I believe. Nate just unable to get anything. I think the tire difference is working against him here with the 66 in the corner. That has allowed Rain and Baranauskas to close up the distance. Closing up the distance is one thing, passing is another.
Yeah, Rain's doing a good job getting lower in the corner there to get that clean air on the grill and the aerodynamics. Not very much here, but there is a little bit.
Let's take a lap around Memphis with our points leader.
Let's do it. A quick one here now. 3 and 4 going to gas up the throttle. Down the front stretch, excuse me. Stays in the tuck line. Rain. Brakes a little earlier than usual. Tries to get that left side in some clean air. It does. Looks like Rogers slipped up a little bit. Rain a little bit loose, not much. Baranauskas gets back on the throttle down the backstretch here. Easy on the brakes there, a little bit higher. It does a little prune fade action inside, high to low. Comes out of 3 and 4 here. Gasses up the throttle. That's a lap around Memphis.
And you know, I noticed something on that lap. Through the corners, Baranauskas has an empty rearview mirror.
Yeah. 3 seconds.
Jack James still running in 4th, Hudson 5th. Rogers has made the pass on Ibrahimian for 6th. Setting sights on his teammate Colt Hudson. Downey in 10th. Actually, Downey up to 9th.
Oh, Baranauskas got around Rain.
Wong up to 10th. And yes, she has. That's 4 points back in her favor. Ellison is up to 16th. As now Nate sees to go. Gets by Nereza, but still a ton of lap traffic. What can Baranauskas do here? They'll be coming to 21 laps to go. This time by. As Rain is still stuck behind Nereza.
Nereza just seems to be better in the corners, like you said, man. Rain can't get around her. Now, what is Baranauskas gets a win here, making a huge statement. That could be critical for this championship.
Oh, look at Baranauskas is actually going to go to the right side of Nate Rogers into turn 3.
I don't think that will work on entry, but exit, maybe trying to get a better run.
Rain's going to
That's
make
right.
a move to the left of Nereza. Baranauskas got a bad arc there. Actually, no, maybe a better arc than we thought. Putting some distance, though, between herself and Nate Rogers there with that move. As Rain will get by Nereza for... not for position. Just to get by him.
Back position. There's Rogers.
Battle for 5th. That's 3 more points for Zach Rogers. We mentioned Baranauskas took 2nd. Those extra 4 points gonna be huge. Because right now, Vince, looking at margins, I believe Ellison has the potential to get up to 12th, if not maybe a little higher, but it's gonna be hard for him to gain anything more than that. But he is running in 15th place. How about Brad Lewis? Once again, just great run after his win last week. 14th on track. Oh! And
no.
something has happened with Audra Baranauskas.
And Nate Rogers, too.
Jack James was involved. No, wait, they're avoiding. They're avoiding the line. Where did the 9 go?
Nate had a problem, Zach. I think he blew up. Or
I'm not seeing anything about blowing up. I think there was an incident. That has given the lead to Rain. Baranauskas is in 2nd. Rogers is in 4th. There's the 9.
Oh, yeah, damn. Oh, what the?
Hudson and Ibrahimian making contact.
Man, the leader jinx and a short track strikes again.
Everybody made evasive action and lost some time there. Rogers, I'm not sure if Rogers will be able to get up to Jack James now for 3rd, but
No.
he needs to do it. Baranauskas was up the track. I think it might have occurred between the 21 and the 9. That'll be something for us to look at after the race, but that gave the lead to Rain.
What a gift.
See more skid marks there going up into turn 3, Vince. I think that's where it happened. I see a little right side door damage on the 9. I don't see anything really on the 21. No left side damage. Trying to see if we can get an angle of the right side. Right,
Gotta close one. Yeah, go for it.
right side's clean too, so I think maybe Baranauskas might have turned into Nate there. I'm not really sure. We'll have to look at it. The distance though is maintaining about the same as Zach Rogers, running almost the same laps as Jack James.
He won't catch him, Zach, if they keep running. He needs to make about a 10th a lap here to have any shot. Now, what did that do to Ellison?
Ellison is up to 14th place. He is still gaining time on Deanna Jones and Henry Sanford, but it's going to be close. Logan York might be able to help him out, but a tough break for Nate. Rogers still just kind of inching forward. The gap is 1.1 seconds to the 13. Baranauskas gained the 10th and a half, and now she's lost it as she's stuck behind the 66 again.
66 is playing a pivotal role, as you see. Rain is just trying to break away, has a little help from Vince Reese.
And Wong is going to make a move on Nate Rogers for 6. Where did he come from? Wong has been flying this last run.
Telling you that leader jinx all season in the short track, as you see him just send it in there on Ibrahimian. That could be pivotal for tomorrow, too, in the Cup race.
Rogers still just kind of inching away at Jack James. Not sure if he's going to get him, but he might want to worry about Jonathan Wong because this guy is flying. Up to 5th for the 74. As Brain is just extending the lead now. Baranauskas finally getting by the 66. But I don't think Baranauskas has any time unless something crazy happens. Rogers is starting to close the gap a little bit more here. Not really. 25, 268 to 258. Wong, though, is running 120s. If he gets by Rogers, that would be 3 more points for Baranauskas. And those trucks, they're both Chevys, the 21 and the 74, so that would be a manufacturer favor right there. If the 74 can get by the 39. Right now, Baranauskas is looking to gain 6 points. Or no, 7 points over Zach Rogers. That would make the difference 10 points going into Chicagoland. It could be 13 if Jonathan Wong gets there in the last 6 laps.
He's showing. He's about 1.1. It's going to be close.
Rogers starting to inch closer towards Jack James. Almost 2/10 faster that time by. Narez is a teammate to Zach. That could play a role. But Ellison Rain is gone. That win was gift wrapped and everything.
Yeah, I think it's just, oh, well, nah, I don't think Vince Free's going to do anything.
There are a couple of drivers here. Vince Freeze, Owen Miles, and Daniel Bouchard. It'll be 4 to go at the line. I don't think Baranauskas has the time.
Nah, 2 seconds. I mean, Baranauskas would have to run 2/3 quicker, and then Rain would have to get held up about 2/3 per lap. That's still not enough.
And she lost the 10th that time by.
Wong is under a second.
Wong is under a second, and Rogers continues to close on the 13. Where is James Ellison running? He is up to 13th place. He's right on the bumper of Deanna Jones. When Logan York's going to be here, can Ellison use York as a pick? He's all over Deanna's quarter panel. Ooh, getting into her there a little bit.
Ellison knows it's go time. I mean, he's going to be very close to be on that championship borderline.
He is going to be, I think, just within a race range. But he is going to need... Ooh, that's tight. He is going to need the top 2 to wreck next in 3 weeks. Because there is no other way he's going to have a chance at this thing.
2 to go. Wong is coming.
Jack James will get to the inside on the Reza without a problem. White flag is in the air for Ellison Rain.
Gee, that was close.
In a hornet's nest of lap traffic. It took her all season. 5 races. It'll be 1 win, 4 top 5s, and 5 top 10s. And she'll get it done in her final Jerky Pro stock for the foreseeable future. Ellison Rain is a Jerky Pro Truck Series winner.
6 on the year in both series for Ellison Rain. Great job to her. It was gift. I'll have to look at that replay, but the championship is on, Zach. Rogers barely held off Wong. It's 10 points. Ellison, I'm not sure if he got around Deanna. He did, okay.
Ellison got around Deanna for 12th. Running the numbers here in my head. Ellison got 31 points for the day. So he is going to lose 24. That'll put Ellison 57 points back. So Ellison will need to win the race and have Baranauskas finish 41st or 42nd to win the championship in 3 weeks' time. Zach Rogers has a lot more to play with, 13-point difference. Going back to Rain's win here today. This is Rain's first Jerky Pro Truck Series win. It's also her first win on a short track. She has never won on a short track in Digital Storm competition. Perhaps some foreshadowing for tomorrow's cup race. Extra track time today helping her out. Baranauskas will come home second. I think the favorite to win the title with what is her 8th top 5 and 12th top 10. So Rogers and Baranauskas will have the same amount of top 5s in the case that Rogers wins Chicagoland. And it came down to a tiebreaker. Baranauskas would get him since she has more top 10s by a margin of 2 total top 10s. Jack James, what a run for him in 3rd. He came into this thing 14th in the standings. Rogers 4th, Wong 5th, Nate Rogers 6th. He'll be back at Chicagoland. Quinton Moore, of course, going to be in the 77. Hudson with a good day in 7th. Downey up to 8th. Gave it all he had, but he is eliminated from competition. Ibrahimium 9th. And Laura Chung, top 10 run all day long. And that'll do it for us with Ellison in 12th. We've got some accidents to look at. And then we'll see you for the cup race tomorrow. Looking at the first incident of the race. Started with Sam Young. Sam's just kind of going to miss turn 3 here. And Henry Sanford is just going to get into his left rear quarter panel. And right there, Sam was turning down and around he's going to go. Logan York had nowhere to go. Look at how close Zach Rogers came from being involved. Benjamin Ice had nowhere to go.
Championship defining right there.
Ellison gaining a ton of spots because of that. You see Patrick Smith just kind of pushing his way through the 29. Drivers trying to make their way around. Same thing with Nareza here. Nareza's actually going to give himself a decent amount of damage. And that was the first incident of the race. Nate Rogers was looking to lap Bradley Ream. He went to the inside. Baranauskas held to the right. But then Baranauskas tried to get in line behind him, but Nate checked up for the 11. Contact was made. Turned Nate up in the Ream. Spinning out the 11. 9 loses it all the way. Baranauskas slows down to miss him. And then Nate had to lock it all the way down to get it back straight. And that is what gave Rain the lead. And sent her sailing away to her first career Jerky Pro Truck Series win. We will see you guys tomorrow for the NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series. 101 laps of action on tap.
Sign off.